Sandy Alexander. A little bit about me. I was told to write down a little bit. Tell you a little bit about me. I've been involved in aquaponics since 2006, 2007. Seriously, my first system tanked totally, and I didn't know what I didn't know, and that's the biggest thing. I just didn't know what I was doing. I followed all of the instructions, but I just couldn't put it all together. I don't know what happened, but I couldn't do it. So I decided I was going to go and learn about aquaculture. To me, being a real animal person, being an environmental person, being someone who has really strong ethics and values, I decided that I wanted to go to school and I wanted to understand aquatic husbandry. And see, I fell in love with aquaculture. I fell in love with aquaponics, and while I was studying aquaculture, I was also involved within aquaponics. So I was building my systems and I was teaching people, I was working in the industry, all while continuing to study, and it was just amazing, and I really discovered something really, really valuable. People didn't know what they were doing, and everyone was so busy fixing mistakes, and I just kept scratching my head going, well, my first system tanked, okay, seriously, but after that, they've been fine, and I've been building for other people and no issues. And I couldn't understand why people would have mistakes like that. And then I realised, okay, they don't have that same training, they don't have that same level of understanding, I guess, without being arrogant about that. Just when you've got training and education, it makes a difference. And I just, seriously, I kept watching people going, they build a chop and flip system, so those big IBCs, I see, oh my god, I'm dyslexic, I'm autistic, and I have anxiety issues, so I get things wrong a lot, but I know what I'm saying. But the big IBCs, the totes, the containers, people would cut the top off, flip it over, and then have the fish tank underneath, and then the grow bed on top. That's called the chop and flip system, and oh my god, I cringe, I freak out, I go nuts about it. They drive me crazy, because they're destined to fail. That's the reason. It's not because I have a problem because it's cheap, or because you're using recycled material, or anything like that. Absolutely, I love recycled material. Wherever I can, I do. But it fails, and that's the problem. And because back then people were learning about things and they didn't have that training to understand, we need to remove the solid waste from the aquaponic system, or we need to look after the fish, we need to look after the bacteria. People are just giving it a go, and I'm all for giving it a go, but I'm very much for best practice and looking after your fish. I kept fixing people's systems that were chop and flip, and I kept going, why are you doing this? And that's why I decided that I wasn't going to do videos showing how to fix a problem. I'll show you how to prevent the problem to begin with. That's what I'm about. That's what I'm really passionate about. Prevention, not cure. I mean, sure, cure, sure. But prevention, let's prevent the problems from happening. And by all means, use recycled material and second-hand things, as long as you know where they're from, you know what's been in them, you know their life expectancy, and their food grade and UV stable. 5 things there. It's possible. In fact, all of the expanded clay in this aquaponic system is second-hand. The aquaculture tank, it's second-hand. The wood that I've used to build the frame, it's second-hand. That's okay, because I understand it's UV stable, it's food grade, I know where it's been, what it's had in it, and the life expectancy. The aquaculture tank, I got it when it was 1 year old, and it has a life expectancy of 10 years. So I know what's going on with that, and that's a good thing. So after all those years, and after, until now, I still preach, and I do preach. Best practice, look after your fish, look after your bacteria. You can't look after your fish if you don't look after your bacteria. That's kind of goes hand in hand here. And then the system will run itself. But you've got to understand what you're doing. We can all just give something a go, but honestly, are you going to get behind the wheel of the car with no lesson, no instruction, and just give that a go? I certainly hope not, for your sake and for everyone else's sake. I take deep responsibility for the fish that I give to people, that I grow, that I look after, that I help people with. So I don't set up a system if someone's not ready to look after it and put the effort in. And I know that sounds a little bit, why should I get to say that? Why is it that I get to sit there and dictate my terms? And that's the thing, they're my terms. It sits there with my ethics, my values, and my integrity. If I set up a system for someone and they're not going to look after it and those fish die, I'm going to feel terrible. And I'm going to feel terrible because those fish have lost their lives. And they shouldn't have. They didn't need to. And I can hear you sitting there going, but Candy, a lot of people eat their fish. Okay, great. I have no problem with us growing food to eat. Growing fish to harvest and eat. Absolutely. I personally don't. But I have no problem in harvesting my fish to give to other people. You know, it's just, to me, that they're friends. And that's okay. I choose that. I choose my values and my ethics. And I want to help people to build a successful, sturdy system that's not going to crash after 6 months. It's not going to crash after 8 months. It's going to last you years. And if you look after it, a lot of years. That's my goal. That's what I'm wanting to help people with. I don't want to help you fix a problem. I want you to start it from scratch and build it well. Every system will be different. And that's the thing. Everyone's situation and circumstance is different. So every aquaponic system will be different. Our needs are different. We grow different things, which is awesome. But if I can teach you the fundamentals, then you can understand what you need to do to have a successful, sturdy system with healthy everything. Remember, healthy fish, healthy vegetables means healthy you. That's what it comes down to. So I'm very big on prevention, and I'm very big on getting it right the first time. Do I always get it right the first time? No. No, I'm not perfect. I'd love to tell you I'm perfect. No. But I know what I need to do to make these, to keep the best practice happening. Fish will still get sick. I can't stop that. I can't stop, things happening. I can't stop nature. We've just had massive floods here. I couldn't stop that. So, but I can prepare, I can cater for it, and I can prevent as much as possible. And that's what I'm wanting for you. I'm wanting to help you think about what are all the things that I need to know about so I can then prevent it. That's what I want for you. And that's how I do things. I'm very much about prevention, not cure. I can help you with the cure, but prevention is the key. And after 4 years of aquaculture, working in the industry and within aquaponics and within that industry too, I love it. I really do. I see it as a way of changing things for the future. If we can all have our own gardens, you can see I've got wicking beds and other things happening around my place. But if we can all have our own food forest in our backyard, in our off-grid place, in our community gardens, on top of our fish tank in our apartment. There are so many options in this world, but we just need to know about it and we need to know what we can do to have that happen. And if we all did that, wouldn't we be a healthier community, a healthier country, and a healthier world? I know, I'm a dreamer, but I do deeply believe that it can happen. And for me, my passion is to help people with the prevention and best practice, especially with regards to aquaponics, so that we can keep everyone happy and healthy.